So, hi Anandu, how is it going? How is your PhD going in IIT? So, I forgot.
Roorkee. Yeah.
Roorkee ಅಲ್ಲೇ.
So I'm currently in my fourth year of my PhD at IIT Roorkee. Basically, I hold a master's from basically it's BSMS dual degree from IISc Kolkata in geological sciences. And then I joined at the Center for Excellence in Disaster Mitigation and Management at IIT Roorkee. So here I focus mainly on forest fires. Basically, I focus on modeling of forest fires. And my aim is eventually to develop an early warning system for forest fires in the Indian Himalayan region. And we're almost out to reach there. And currently it's going smoothly. Yeah. So far there is no issues, and I'm hopefully planning to wrap up the PhD in another 7, 8 months.
Oh, 7 to 8 months. So, you are going to submit your thesis in 7 to 8 months, right?
Yeah.
Or, so how is the structure in IITs? Actually, I don't know much knowledge about the IIT,
Yeah.
PhD structures and stuff.
Yeah, so IIT has like specifically you need to clear any of the national entrance examination, kind of like graduate aptitude test in engineering gate, or you need to have cleared CSIR or UGC net exam with JRF preferably, or you need to have some fellowships, something like Inspire fellowships. Or suppose if you already are a university rank holder from central universities or from ISER, then you have they are basically known as centrally funded technical institutes. So if you hold a undergraduate or master's program from there, then you can directly apply for the IT program without any of these background exams. Or if you are from certain other universities, then you preferably go with any of these exams cleared in advance. So this is how you enter into IITs. But clearing the exams won't provide you the opportunity to join. You'll be going through the individual department interview panel, and then you will be selected, and then you can join as a institute fellow or institute fellow if you are having the GATE fellowship, and as a CSIR or GRF fellow if you are having the funding program.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, nice. So, how is the structure actually? It's like every year, do you have to submit something, some reports, or do you need to
Uh,
present something? So how is the structure though?
So as far as I remember, I initially joined as a with the Great Gate Fellowship. So Gate Fellowship is mainly known as the MHRD Fellowship here at IIT Roorkee. So initially you don't have to submit any report, but institute you will be having like the annual progress presentations. And other than that, there is no governing bodies you need to submit because everything happens within the institute. But in the case of Inspire, you need to send some annual reports every year, and then they will be releasing the fellowship. And CSIR also have some procedures, but I am not aware of. And currently, I am a Prime Minister's Research Fellow because initially I joined as a joined as an MHRD Fellow with the Institute Fellowship under the GATE programs. Then currently, I am a Prime Minister's Research Fellow at IIT Roorkee.
Oh, nice. That is what we want to hear from you. That is, so can you explain a little more about your fellowship?
Yeah, it's one of the prestigious program in India. So there are two types of entry for this Prime Minister's Research Fellowship. So initially, you should know what are the PMRF granting institutes. If you have a background, suppose if you have a master's from some of the PMRF granting institutes, suppose like almost all the IITs and ISERs, including IIScs included in this one. Then
What about
other than this,
NITs? Any idea?
um, some of the NITs, maybe like NIT Trichy is there, then University of Delhi is there, University of Hyderabad is there, then JMI, Jamia Millia Islamia, then Aligarh Muslim University, and I guess Banaras Hindu University is also there. So not all the NITs are there, maybe one or two NITs are there, all the IITs, all the ISS, all the IISc, um, yeah, then AMI and JMU. This is what I remember so far. So
Yeah.
if you go to the PMRF website, you can see which are the PMRF granting institutes. So if you hold a master's from these institutes, and if you enroll in PhD in any of these centrally funded in this PMRF granting institute, then there is a first option is to go into direct entry. So you join as a PhD, then you directly apply with your SOP and the recommendation from your PI. So this is a direct entry. It's so simple. And you need to have a CGPA cutoff of around 8 CGPA. And there is one more case, it is lateral entry. So if you have masters from there, but you are not meeting the CGPA criteria or you are not getting selected in the direct entry, you can apply for the lateral entry. So lateral entry happens like after 6 months of your coursework, like you need to complete around 4 courses at after joining for PhD. So basically, you need to have a 4 courses. After 4 courses, you need to have CGPA of more than 8.5. Then you can apply through the institute. So institute will float an application, then you will apply, and the institute will forward the application, and then PMRF will be directly approaching you to fill out the application. Then it will be going through rigorous reviews, and the results will be out. So this is the case with the lateral entry. So if you're joining as a direct entry, then you have to apply immediately for the PMR fellowship. If it's lateral case, you have to can apply after 6 months or maybe after 12 months. So this is the duration in which you can apply. And currently the PMRF is stopped because the initial round of PMRF applications are done. So in 2018, the ministry has started the application for PMRF. Then after 11 cycles, the uh, proposed grants were finished. And in the last year budget, they have released another 10,000 applications for PMRF. So hopefully, it may be coming in the next July or the December cycles in the upcoming years. So this is how the PMRF application works. And
Oh,
after this,
okay. Yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
you can continue. Sorry.
yeah. So once you're selected as a PMRF, and you will be starting to receive the fellowship, and the fellowship tenure it's usually for 5 years or 4 years, depending on your this master's background. Suppose if you are a Master of Science (MSc), then you will have the funding for 5 years. If you are a Master of Technology (MTech), then you will have the funding for only 4 years. So basically, PMRF came with a idea of promoting more research than for technology. So that's the main idea why this MSc holders have a 5 year thing and the MTech holders have a 4 year thing. So your fellowship, once you join as a direct entry, you will get for 5 years. If you are joining after 6 months, then from the sixth month, the fellowship will start. So your fellowship will be for 4.5 years if you have MSc. If it will be for 3.5 years if this is for MTech. So this is how it works. And but for the case of PMRF, you will have an annual rigorous review. So every year by the end of the cycle, every 1 year, you will have to present your annual review in front of a national committee. So professors from other institutes like maybe IIT Bombay, IT, like the experts from the same field will be reviewing the work you have done for the last 1 year. And also in the same review, you have to show the TA-ship you have done outside your home institute because their idea is like you also need to take lectures in 1 year, like approximately 50 hours you need to take lectures in any of the other institute other than the parent institute you belong to. Suppose because I'm from Kerala, sometimes I go for vacation to my home, then I go to some colleges in Kerala to take some workshop or maybe some lectures.
So
And also I
lectures
have
means we have to give the lectures, right?
yeah, yeah. So we need to approach like the to the head of the department. We are
Yeah.
proposing a workshop for this one, and if they are agreeing to it, so we'll be going there and conducting it for free for them.
Mhm.
And PMRF is basically with the idea like this. You need to provide some knowledge to the like the people which don't have access to this one. So yeah, so you have to take a 50-hour TA-ship outside the home institute every year. So maybe in the 5 year, you need to promote at least around 250 hours of lectures outside your home institute.
Yeah. Okay, this is
So this
how
is how it
we
works.
maintain the fellowship, right?
Yeah, so initially in the first year, you will be getting a fellowship. First and second year, you will be getting monthly fellowship of 70,000.
Yeah.
And in the third year, you will be getting 75, and the fourth and fifth year, you will be getting 80,000. And annually, you have around 2 lakh contingency per year. So it's totally around 10 lakh contingency for 5 years.
Mm. Okay. I think NIT Calicut also included in that list because I have a friend.
Um,
Because yeah, I done masters from NITC. So I have a friend in IIT. I don't know which IIT he is currently. So he also got the Prime Minister's fellowship.
Maybe through lateral entry because I don't think
Yeah.
he'll be doing PhD there because NIT Calicut is not
No,
in the
he's not
PMRF
doing
list.
PhD in NITC. He's
Yeah,
doing in IIT now. But he had a
yeah.
master's degree
So
from NITC. Yeah.
yeah, true. So. Thing is, I don't think NIT Calicut is involved in this because in
Mm.
India, in Kerala, it's ISER and IIT is only there. Yeah.
Okay. IIT Palakkad is
IIT Palakkad, then ISER Trivandrum, then it's IAC only. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
And yeah. And how is your PhD there at IIT?
Uh, PhDs at IIT depends mainly on your supervisor. If your supervisor is cool, sorry. Yeah. So if your supervisor is cool, then your life is cool.
Yeah.
Because here we follow the research environment is pretty cool because my supervisor is pretty young and he is because I'm his first student, so that's an advantage basically.
Right, right, right.
And yeah, so he does not force us to do anything. We are free to do our research, and we'll be discussing our research with him. And yeah, so far there is no issues so far.
Yeah, right. I want to ask you one interesting question.
Yeah,
How can you motivate me to do a PhD from India or IIT?
interesting.
Yeah,
See, initially in 2020, I graduated in the 2020, but I really don't want to do PhD in India initially because I was aiming to go outside. Then COVID has hit us. Then I started preparation for my because I had a background in geological sciences. I started preparation for this. There is one branch in combined geoscientist exam in UPSC. So I started my initial preparation for that, and I could not clear it. But fortunately, I cleared GATE exam with that one. Then because yeah, then I joined here as a here without any hope, and I with the hope of that, like I'll be clearing some exam and leaving after joining here. With that only I joined here, but after joining here, what I felt was your passion initially drives it because see initially when I joined as a JRF fellow, the fellowship was around 31,000, which was very minimum because if you want to go to your home, you have to pay a hefty amount for flight. Up and down flight will be expensive. So what drives was only passion. So after spending time maybe for around 3 4 months here, then I felt like I should not prepare for exams rather than I should focus more on my research career.
yes,
So
yeah,
what I felt was be PhD in India or foreign countries. What I felt was passion drives you more rather than your other external factors. So after spending maybe around 4 5 months here, then I understood that I should continue with my research. So yeah, I left the plan for applying for application for jobs. Yeah, I had one or two applications running when I joined here as a PhD student. Then I dropped every plans and then enrolled as a PMRF. So life has changed significantly after that,
yeah,
and had opportunities to go to a couple of countries, maybe Japan, then France. Yeah, so got a lot of opportunities as well, which I don't think would have received from anywhere else, like in India. So joining
yeah,
here was a blessing, and also I felt passion is the most important thing which will drive you to do PhD within India. You need to be
yeah.
consistently
Okay, right.
motivated to do PhD in India.
Yeah, true, true, true. And do you want to talk about other supervisors in IITs? Because I heard news from other students from India about the politics in IITs, NITs, Indian institution.
Since I'm
Only if you are comfortable.
I'd better avoid commenting on other faculties, but be it in the perspective of my department, because in the center where I am doing my PhD, here the faculties are pretty young and chill. So far as I have the experience and encounters with them, it's going so far so good. And I had connection with some of the faculties from other departments as well. At least personally for me, they are far better than what I have heard about others. But I personally know other students or my fellow colleagues who are suffering at certain other IITs and ISES in India.
Yeah.
So I would rather better not comment much more about this.
Yeah, I get it.
But
I get it.
I'm
Yeah, it's
so
okay. It's okay.
so far I am comfortable in IIT Roorkee.
Okay. Right, right,
Yeah.
right. And you mentioned that you went to France, right? So which
Yes.
fellowship
Yeah.
that was? Can you explain that one for us?
So yes. So there's a exchange program between India and France, which is known as the Raman Chapak Fellowship. So Raman is an Indian Nobel laureate and Charpak is a French Nobel laureate. So this is an inter-country collaboration for bringing students from India to France for research collaboration, and also vice versa. The French students also comes to India. So this application is flowed by a center known as CEPIPRA, which is the Center for this is the Indo-French Center for the Development of Advanced Research, IFCPR or something like that. Yeah. So they float the application every year, and this year's application is already done. I guess last December was the deadline, and this application basically floats as asking for a research proposal, and also initially you need to find one of the French host supervisor, and then you need to apply through this CEPIPRA portal where they float the application. And if you're getting selected, you will be granting to and fro flight tickets, then a monthly fellowship of 1,500 euros. And now they have upgraded to 1,800. Yeah, so for 6 months, you can go to France, do your research there, and come back. So this is the tenure of Raman Charpak Fellowship. And it was a good experience in France. So I was at Montpellier. Montpellier is a place in the southern France in the Mediterranean region. So I was working with Dr. Florent Milliet in the CNR. CNRS is the French Center for Research. It was CNRS where I worked on forest fires there. And it was a pretty cool environment and their work culture is totally different from India. Like 9 to 5 is the work culture there. But here in India, being in a hostel, I come to lab quite often. Like my hostel is just around 200 to 300 meters only from my department. So on and off, while going out for a chai, yeah, let's go to department. That happens. Maybe in weekends, if you're free, you'll come here. So, but the French culture was totally different, where you spend your weekdays for research, and even Saturdays and Sundays you need special permission for accessing the labs.
Yeah.
So Saturdays and Sundays were totally free for us, and even there used to be so many strikes. After leaving from Kerala, that was a place have seen so many strikes were happening. Like out of nowhere, strikes will be happening and everything will be closed. So it was a good experience. And the cultural diversity was also good. So Raman Charpak Fellowship mine was for 6 months, and maximum they select around 20 to 25 application from India and maybe 5 to 10 application from France. And Indian students can go there, and French students will be coming here carrying out the research.
Mm.
And there is no restriction for Indian institutes and national institute or private universities or state universities.
So
Anyone can
anyone can
apply,
apply.
and yeah, so anyone can apply with a proper recommendation from your supervisor, and you should have a French host supervisor with a proper recommendation. That's the only thing you need to follow.
All right, which means we have to find a supervisor from France as well.
Yeah, also a valid research proposal. This I missed in the
Yeah.
Raman Charpak Fellowship. So the lateral entry, you have to have a proper research proposal, that too with a limitation of 3 pages, telling your ideology for the methodology you'll be following for the next 3 to 5 years. So the Raman Charpak also has the same thing. You need to have a proposal for 6 months, and you need to after coming back, you need to submit a report. Yeah, that's done, and they will take care of every expenses, including like for 6 months you will be getting a monthly salary. From that, you need to pay for your rent as well as other expenses. But for the
Yeah.
travel to and pro travel, they will be providing the tickets. And also from there to the destination, if you are taking train or the TGV trains, you will be getting reimbursed for that. Also for the visa charges and everything. And they'll be also helping you to get the visa easily, because they'll be providing, this is a embassy government program. So they'll be assisting you for anything you require. So it was one of the best programs in India.
Mm. Right. Okay. And what question I have? Oh, yeah. Maybe we can talk about the future. What is your future plan after your PhD? You're almost finishing, right?
Yeah, currently I'm looking for active postdoc positions, maybe outside India, because there is one academic hierarchy in India is like you need to have some outside exposure for getting a faculty position if you're applying for some faculty positions.
Yeah.
So currently my aim is to apply for to settle in one of the institutes in India, but for that you need to have a valid postdoctoral position. So currently I aim to do postdoc positions after this. Maybe I don't know. After that, maybe I'll be settling as an academician or a researcher. or maybe academician come researcher, or
Yeah.
a scientist alone. Yeah, so currently this is the plan, and long term, some plans are there, but let me see how it goes. So currently this is the plan. So to wrap up the PhD, then have some international exposure, and I in the IIT application or ISER application, there is some factor like how potential you are to bring the collaborators from outside. So uh, being in such a positions, you need to have a valid international exposure, at least as a postdoctoral fellow. So
Yeah.
maybe a couple of years outside can figure me out this and convince the IIT system or the ISA system or the central universities like I can
Oh,
bring potential collaborators and establish my future research. So currently
right.
this is the plan, and in future let's see how it goes. Maybe also I'm also looking for central national labs and other things like the CSIR labs or the other labs as well as researcher.
Yeah, right, right. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Actually, I forgot to ask you, how was the application process in IITs?
Okay. So IIT applications are for PhDs, right?
Yes.
See, I am it's pretty easy when you compare it with JEE exams. Basically, IITs are known for BTechs and MTechs because getting into IIT for BTechs and MTech is pretty difficult. But PhD is somewhat easy compared to this JEE applications. So for for this PhD applications, you need to have a background with cleared exams in GATE, NET, or you need to have a proper funding source, maybe Inspire or some other fellowships. So if you have cleared this specific tick mark, like checkbox, if you have GATE or you CSIR net or net or JRF, or you have this Inspire or some other fellowships also there. Suppose if you are from biotechnology, there is some other fellowships as well. So if you have any of these fundings and national exams cleared, then it's just an application. Application will be float. Then also one important thing is you need to have a CGPA criteria. So it's better to maintain your CGPA with a bare minimum of at least 7.5 or above, because many of the IITs have this strict cutoff for around 7.5 to 8 CGPA. So once you have the CGPA criteria cleared from the master's background, then you can directly apply for this one with the national level exams to the concerned department which you require. And each department will be having separate applications as well. So once you are shortlisted for the applications, there will be an interview, which will be further followed by the selection processes. And this is the common procedure which is happening in almost all across all the IITs. And in the initial screening, you may not be shortlisted. You can try again. And if you're not succeeding, again, try again. Suppose if you're specific to certain departments that you have to pursue PhD, then you have to try again and again, because it's sometimes the applications will be more and you'll be rejected at the desk itself. So getting an interview is also important thing. So this is one way you get into PhD at IIT. And there's one more option. Suppose if you look at the European PhDs, you're in Europe, mainly the open positions will be floated through the Euraccess website and other sites. So these are open positions. In India also, you have these open positions as JRF. So one of the faculties will be having their projects. They'll be sending out an advertisement and they'll be recruiting as a project. So there's an option in IIT to convert project to PhD. So your funding will be coming from the project. In this condition also, you need to have any of the GATE, NET, or any of the exams cleared. Even though the funding is from project, IIT has a basic criteria like you need to have GATE exam or the NET exam cleared to get the eligibility to join as a PhD student. So once you join through this branch, like as a project student, as a JRF, then your professor can also intimate the IIT authority to enroll him for PhD. So in my lab itself, there are two colleagues who is a project PhD, and others are some of them are this Ministry of Education, this GATE fellows, and some are PMRF and some Inspires as well. Yeah. So this is the overall procedure for PhDs. So one is a direct recruitment through the department, and the other is through project. And one more condition is this project is totally on your supervisor. Your supervisor can either agree or disagree to enroll you for PhD. So this is one loophole where you need to be careful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. I think we talked about almost everything related to
Yeah.
IIT, PhD, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much, Anandu.
Yeah, thank you. Nice meeting you.